Dorothy, Faye, Dobbins, Holly. I won't try to name every single family member here. About 29 of them are my own family. But I would like to, all of Dorothy's special great-grandchildren to stand up or let us. Gracie, and where's Skylar? Skylar's outside. And Megan, she got a kiss from great-great-grandma Holly just a couple weeks ago.
Isn't that sweet?
Thanks. We have the 3 Kittleson girls. That's Kathy, Noni, and Lynn. Came down from Portland. Their Grandma Lola was our mother's sister. And you'll see pictures of Lola over here on the memory table. And I have loving memories of their mother, Laverne, my cousin. And I'm sorry she couldn't be here, but she's always at Palm Springs. We have Wilma and Maury Mavis. Wilma's mother, Irma Watrous, was cousin to our mom, and they were just like sisters. And inside your little program, you'll see a picture of cousin Irma and Lola and Dorothy all together. Deanna came up from Southern California. Her mother, Evelyn, is still living, and how old is she?
89. She'll be 90 in September.
90 in September, couldn't make it to be with us, but she was the baby sister of our dad, Roger Sr. We have Dick and Joni Grant. They're just like family, but really and Dick's mother, Ruth Ellen, was a sister to our dad, Roger Sr. Otis and Alice are not here right now, but Otis and Alice Anderson own this park here, and this is where Mom and Dad lived for quite a few years. And we used to have our family parties in this same room, Christmas and whatever, Easter. And Otis and Alice were nice enough to let us use this room. And I'm sorry they're not here so you could meet them all. If you know Roger Sr., he had rules for everything. And he said, no daughters-in-law, no wives, no husbands, no grandchildren, just Mom and Dad and their 5 children. And that became established on the second Sunday of every single month. For at least 25 years, we kept that up. When it was too hard for Mom to do it at their place here where they lived, we went over to Richard's restaurant on Hawthorne Avenue. And Richard always greeted us, and his mother, Mrs. Knopf, they owned the restaurant. We had a special room, and we had this little Japanese waitress, Susie, who took care of us, and she always kept Dad in line. She gave him a bed.
That's our waitress. Wishing Mom happy birthday. Don't worry about it.
When Mom and Dad moved to my home, we continued the get-togethers there with everyone contributing to the meal, and Mom always made her special fruit salad. That was her dish. And, you know, we cheated a little bit. Sometimes we had a son-in-law, brother-in-law, daughter-in-law, or a grandkid. Cheated with the rules a little bit. But I think we fooled Dad today, didn't we? Because this is the second Sunday of the month, and look how many people we have. I know my brothers and sisters have something to say, and I'll pass the crying towel to Glenn.
Okay, look the other way. I'm going to try. I'm going to read something because all right, I'll speak loud. Okay.
Well, maybe somebody else will.
I can do it. As children, we can't comprehend or fully realize. I sound like Cher at Sonny's funeral. As children, we can't comprehend or fully realize the meaning of our mother's love. How tender and how wise, the patience and forgiveness that are found every day, the unexpected little things Can I blow my nose on your car? Sure. The unexpected little things she does in her own ways. Years go by before we can look back on life and see through older eyes and wiser eyes her love and loyalty. And yet it's these and other things will hold so dear. For memories of her steadfast love will keep her ever near. And thank you all so much for your care and your thoughts and your prayers. She'd give anything to be here today because she loves you all. Thanks so much. I did it.
I found a poem that I was just looking through the internet and found one that really fits Mom, I think, and it's on her picture over there. And it says something about a mother's love determines how we love ourselves and others. That reminded me of, and then Lois took a little bit of steam out of what a memory of mine is.
It's okay, go ahead.
All the time. And it's Brother Bob's son Michael and wife Jamie when they brought Megan to visit Grandma just recently.
Here's the towel. That kiss.
She got Mom's last kiss.
Yeah, she did, didn't she?
What an honor.
Yeah. Let me say one more thing. Outlaw, they had to come to breakfast sometimes in order to break me. His mom always said when there's a death in the family, there's a birth in the family.
That's so true.
Here we go.
That's so true.
Little baby.
I didn't blow my nose on
Okay.
that, so it's
How about that guy? How about that
Wants
guy
the
in
towel?
the room?
Who wants the towel?
Doesn't that guy in there have to see? He had.
Let me add about Jamie. Jamie and Michael said that they would send me a picture of Grandma kissing Megan.
Yeah.
And I'll pass it on to the others.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just say, I'm not quite as brave as the rest of you, so I'll just say how much I appreciate everyone being here in Mom's memory.
Gave her a lot of love, but Mom was there every single week. She took care of every single detail, like Grandma was her child. She made sure that she had everything she needed, and she brought her love many times each week. And we all can show our appreciation to Mom for all that love and care that she gave Grandma in her last few years.
And Patty was my support.
Poet once wrote, "It's not the big pleasures in life, but making a big deal of the little ones." And I thought of the richness that Grandma found in the rituals of daily life. Every morning she'd be sure her bed was made. Even those times when she couldn't quite get with it, she'd be in there fussing with her sheets because she'd want her bed to be made. And Wilma and the others who took care of her probably noticed she'd keep up these rituals probably until the end. And every morning she'd open the blinds before she'd walk down the hall and peek in the kitchen and say, "What's doing in the kitchen?" Every night she'd turn the blinds down after sunset and wind the day down with her evening rituals. She'd mark the cycles of the seasons with her garden. She'd always turn down the daffodils and make room for the lilies. And the little pleasures included laughter. There was much laughter in our house in those last years. And laughter and mischief. Grandma had a long and spirited battle against the slug. Remember the slug in the garden? I came home, she tried poisons and beer and all sorts of... And I came home one day and she had the smirk on her face and she goes, "I got him. I killed him." And for a while we'd watch reruns of Everybody Loves Raymond at night and we'd eat peanut M&Ms. And Grandma kept a jar of M&Ms in the kitchen. And even though she was hard of hearing, wherever she was in the house, she could hear me in there. So I invite everyone to share an M&M with me.
I'm her favorite grandchild.
We may be able to dispute that. One thing they can't dispute is that I was the favorite son-in-law. Because I'm the only mean what?
Okay, now we're getting warmed up. We've still got the towel going here.
Let me add one thing about candy. My daughter Casey made Grandma's favorite recipe, the fudge. It's over there at the table.
And she's
It was already.
she'll do that every Christmas
I
for us.
don't-
Lori has
okay.
a towel.
Reminds me of my baby blanket. Since we're talking about candy, one of the memories I have so vividly of the trailer is the little white dish with the lemon drops. Like anytime I see or hear lemon drops, I'm like, Grandma Holly. And you know, the last time I saw her, I got to take Skylar to see her, and she was so happy, her bright, beautiful eyes. That's what I remember so much about Grandma, and always will, her beautiful blue eyes. And she was just like, I didn't know all this existed. She was so happy to see my son, and he was older, and she's just such a great, sweet, sweet woman. And Gramps and her were such a balance, you know? He was so strong, and, you know, as a little kid, I was kind of like, you know. But when he'd walk me through the flower gardens and the fountains, and it's just so many good memories. And now I see that with my dad. He has his flowers in his backyard going, and I'm trying to do the same thing and keep their memory alive. So it's good to be here to remember
Nominated four princesses and the queen, and everybody got to vote for who they wanted the queen to be, and Dorothy won. And so as a facility, you know, you hope you get one or two people from the family, because truly it's a blessing to have people that come and visit you at a nursing home. You guys that work at nursing homes, it's awesome to see families come in. So we kind of, you know, anticipated a couple people coming. Never in my wildest dreams did I think we were going to need 3 tables, because Dorothy brought her entire family and friends. And it was an awesome thing to see Dorothy escorted on stage by her son and a Marine.
Granddaughter.
And granddaughter. And it was a really, really special thing. And I think that, having said that about the family, I think as you work in a nursing home, you pray that everyone has someone, you know, just one person that comes in to see them. And it's awesome to see a family like this, and to have every single family member that could make it come to every single monthly meeting to find out how their mom was doing. You just wish that every single resident had a family like that.
And you kept connected with us through emails, through Jerry, letting us know what was going on, which was great. Wilma used to come by for her Starbucks coffee with Mom.
Yeah. So it's just, it says a lot about a family and how you come together and support your elders. And like I said, I just wish that all my residents had a family like this. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for sharing this day with me.
Yeah, thank
Lois, I don't want that. I just want to talk about Cassie here. We'd have the meetings, and once in a while Lois wouldn't come down hard on me, kind of wanted some answers.
I had to be the bad guy.
Well, she was a bad guy. And so during nights when I told the help that I'd probably be over here someday. Hope I have to go to nursing home, the one I want to go to.
Gotta be nice to him.
Well, I know she served me some beer on the side. So. If I had to go, I'd like to go in the nursing home where Mom's at. And the good care they had, and I just want to thank the people for the awesome job they did.
Thank you.
Anybody have any?
I've got to stand up for Mom.
Oh, thank you, Deanna.
When I was a little girl, we lived in Tigard. Oh, I might need this. I didn't think I would. We lived in Tigard, right across the street from the Hollies, and I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. The littlest wasn't born then, but we all used to just be able to run across the street and play. And so my 2 brothers and Bob and Jerry were really about the same age, so they played and had a lot of fun together, and we had really good fun times. About 15 years ago, I think, Mom sends her love, and I'm here for her. I said, Mom, she's in really good health. She's 89. She'll be 90 in September. And I said, Mom, how about going with me? She says, no, Deanna, I think my traveling days are over, but she says, I'm happy that you can go for me. So she sends her love, and about 15 years ago, we did get Mom up here, and we had kind of a little family reunion right in this very room. So when, and many of you were here for that, and Uncle Roger walked us around his garden. I had my 2 children with us then. And so when Mom called to say that Aunt Dorothy had passed away, I said, I really want to go because, you know, with Aunt Dorothy's passing, Mom is really the last of her generation. Mm-hmm. So it's so great to be here and see all of the family and all the family love. We wanted to do just a little tiny something, and I said, Gwen, are there some flowers? And she says, no, Lois' son is doing the flowers. And she says, actually, Mom is doing the food. She's throwing the party. And so I was talking to Mom, and as Mom in her little apartment complex, she goes out to get the mail. There's a lilac bush there. And the lilacs reminded us so much of Oregon because we remember the lilacs from when we lived here. We don't have that in Southern California. So, but there is that one bush by her mailbox, and she says she thinks of you all every time she goes to the mailbox when the lilacs are in bloom. So I thought, great, we'll get a little lilac tree or a lilac bush. And so I thought, now how am I going to do that? And so I thought, Home Depot, they're everywhere. So I got Home Depot in Salem's information. I called them and I said, do you have lilac trees in bloom right now? He says, no, it's past bare root and it's not quite flowering season. So we got a little gift certificate for some. And Roger, you live here now, so maybe there's a little place you can plant a little lilac tree.
Right here.
Yeah.
Right by the center.
Perfect. And we have a little plaque made, and it says, in memory of my dear brother and sister-in-law from Evelyn, Burnett, Holly, Stewart, and family.
Yeah, and I probably could use a little place out here, the Victory Garden from World War II. There's only 1 rose left, so I could plant right where that Victory Garden used to be.
So that's from Mom.
Wait, Deanna, you have to share your...
And we shared lots of memories. Oh. Yes, this is very special. My youngest sister, Peggy, tried for years and could not get pregnant. They wanted to have a baby. And so finally that marriage ended and she married again. And her new husband was married only a very short time, and we went to Brother John's house for a huge family reunion because Craig and Kevin had just graduated, so we went for a party there. And Peggy and Bill stood up and they said, well, we have something to tell you. And lo and behold, they had been married a very short time, and Peggy got pregnant right away. So at the age of 45, she gave birth to her first child, and Holly is now 8. And yes, she named the baby Holly, H-A-W-L-E. Oh my God.
Thanks, Deanna.
That's why we're trying to cry.
Well, I know you guys can't tell any stories, but I'm sorry that the men can't tell their stories because there's women present. Are you going to be brave enough?
I don't know whether it's anything that I should be ashamed of.
This
is the talking about.
Yes.
Well, my middle name is Holly. I'm part of the Holly clan. My mother, Ruth Ellen, was Uncle Roger's sister. But Aunt Dorothy, and actually the whole Holly family, was always this warm, pleasant, kind of comfortable group of people. And that was true when we were younger. I mean, there were always these Holly parties where all the kids would get together.
To eat. It's
to eat,
That's
absolutely.
what my son-in-law says.
That's why we're all such lightweights. And at one of those occasions, when the Hollies had moved to Kaiser, they were having a big dinner, And I know Aunt Dorothy survived this, but as I passed this hot bowl of gravy, dumped the whole bowl in her lap. And you know how unflappable Aunt Dorothy was. It was like she was concerned about me and my feelings and herself as she had this lap full of gravy. Beautiful lady, person who, can't say I'll miss because she'll always be with me.
Wow. Graduation. Wow. Yeah. That's a special memory for her.
Oh, yeah. It's only 2.5.
For God's sake.
Yeah, I mean, never returned.
Wow.
Wow. Rock collection.
Attaboy, Nick.
Started handing the camera to someone, I just didn't want her to hand it to me.